members about what splits look like and why they're so important to our facility. Our coaches oftentimes will work with their kiddos in their classes on splits. And splits are important because we see them in a variety of skills, and they are actually considered a skill themselves. We see them in handstands and in cartwheels. So we want to take a second to show our families what we look for in splits. Maria is going to be my demonstrator today, and we're going to show you a regular frontal split as well as a middle split, and we'll talk about what to look for as a parent watching from the lobby. So today we're going to start by stretching out our front split. So Maria is going to start by pushing forward with her knee in front of her. So our coaches will a lot of times see kiddos push their knee over their toes. Now when we see that, we have to correct that because we don't want our toes to be behind our knee. We want the nice stretch in the back of the leg. We also want to make sure that our kiddos have their chins up and that their back leg stays straight so that we have nice squared hips. Do you feel that stretch, Maria? Good. Now we're going to have her push back, and she's going to touch her nose to her knee, okay? And she's going to stay up real tall, just like that. And that kiddo is going to feel the stretch in the back of their leg. Jake.
I don't know yet. That's what that way and that way.
All right, so now we feel that nice big stretch. So that's what our coaches are always encouraging, is that nice stretch before we go into our split. Maria, go ahead and slide down into your split for me.
Yeah.
Good girl. So when we are looking at splits, there's a couple of key things to look for. Our kiddos are always encouraged to have their back leg flat, their knee flat on the mat, and their back leg straight, okay? When we do split leaps and splits on the floor, the judges are looking that their back leg is hidden behind them. This is different from a cheerleader style split where the back knee can turn out. When we have our splits going down, we also want to encourage our kiddos to have their hips squared. That means that their back is flat and that if they were to lift up their hands, lift up your hands, Maria, that they don't turn their belly off to the side, kind of like they naturally would do, okay? So Maria is doing a really good job, and you'll notice that she's not down all the way in that split. That's okay. We don't need her to go to the floor. What we need to encourage is that her body is squared up so that when she does back walkovers, when she does a nice open handstand on the floor, that her body stays squared so that she can land on things like a balance beam, okay? So I always look for that. Now when our kiddos get further down and their hips stay square like mine, we also want to encourage their pinky toe to go to the floor. That encourages a nice out turn with their feet in their leaps, and also it's just a prettier posture in their handstands and in their back walk. Now we're going to talk about our middle splits, okay? In our middle splits, kiddos tend to lean backwards, so our coaches in our gym really encourage their knees to face the ceiling. Now Maria's going to slide down just as far as she can. We don't ever want to hurt somebody by pulling their muscles in their legs, so they go down just as far as they can to safety. We have them make sure that their knees face the ceiling, which is a really challenging thing to do, especially as they're younger. And then we encourage them to put their elbows on the floor, and they're going to look up. Maria's going to look up at you guys because she wants to say hi. And then we want to make sure that their hips are flat over their legs, okay? Now again, I don't expect our kiddos, and my coaches don't expect our kiddos to go down into a full split the very first time. This is a process, and it does take time to learn. So as they do that, we want to encourage them to keep their toes pointed, to stay over the middle of their split with their knees facing the ceiling. Okay, come out, Maria, for me. Good girl. Bring your feet together and just sit right here. Now, as they get better at middle splits, you'll see that they can actually pull their knees up and they can sit upright. Now, my split is not all the way in a middle split anymore, but at one point I could do my split all the way down. As those kiddos grow in their split and their flexibility, we can increase their flexibility by putting something underneath their heel to create a hyper split. Now that is something that we work on in the gym, and this is why we want our kiddos to know why they're doing their splits. A middle split is something that we see in the middle of a cartwheel and in the middle of a round off. So if our kiddos cannot do those middle splits as well, we see them struggle longer with simpler skills like a cartwheel and a round off. So we hope you enjoyed taking that time to learn about why splits are important and what we look for as coaches. And we hope to send another video to you soon.